We're on the air, Fred.
We're on the air. Well, we never had nice weather like this for our last football games, did we, Jerry?
Really? This is great.
Hmm?
This is great for the fans.
Yeah. It's great for the kids, boys, too. Of course, we never started in the middle of August either.
I might as well get the visiting side, huh?
Well, whatever.
I know. I was thinking about going to that game. Anyway, her son
Oh, David. Okay. Plug it along. Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Number 25, Jesse Carter. Number 32, Gerard Christian. Number 33, Walter Rain. Number 56, Ron Michaels. Number 57, Jeff Denard. Number 60, Mike Kerrigan. Number 66, Steve Rosina. Number 68, Pat Meyer. And number 83, Norm Henninger.
Sit down, David.
And now for the Salem Line Quakers.
David, sit down.
At quarterback, number 12, Vance Miller. At tight end, number 24, Sean Bensley. fullback, number 32, Chris White. At fullback, number 44, Jason Austin. At tackle, number 52, John Bridge. At center, number 57, Matt Stamp. At guard, number 61, Alan Stokes. At tackle, number 64, Matt Alex. At tight end, number 81, Scott McKinney. At tight end, number 80, George Bigham. At flanker, number 87, Ryan Martin. And at tackle, number 73, Scott Wickersham.
This year.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know where you're going. Okay, the other way. Yeah, that's still there. Yeah, right. You're playing all right. It's like it's warm here and it's cold here. Yeah. No, it's nice. I can't complain about that. It's really nice. Made a nice direction. We have to worry anybody bothering you. understand? I can tell, man. Yeah, really make it feel good. I want to go for this radio. Huh? Oh, you don't like it? That's cool for real. Oh, yeah. That's why you wouldn't spray, you know, and get rid of it. Yeah, going to be up here, Jerry, or?
I got right in front of the press box.
That's 57, because I'll be right down in here. I came in with my cousin Bill. Rich. No, just my grandmother passed away, so we came up for the funeral. Yeah. So we just decided to come down to the game. But I'll talk to you later. I know you're busy.
the Girard High School football team and the Salem High School football team. Tonight, hundreds of high school coaches and their teams are delaying football games across America for 1 minute to dramatize their concern about drug and alcohol abuse in our nation. October 21st to the 29th has been designated National Eye on Drugs Week. It is an effort on the part of the football coaching profession to bring attention to this problem. The Board of Trustees of the American Football Coaches Association has endorsed this project. We are very concerned about what drugs and alcohol are doing to our families. Last year, Americans consumed more than $100 billion worth of illegal drugs, making it the nation's #1 industry. 500,000 high school students attempted suicide last year, and most were drug-related. Drugs and alcohol have had a powerful effect on the sports world as well. We have lost some of our finest athletes to drugs and alcohol. Others have destroyed their lives as well as their careers. As one of the thousands of football coaches who work with young people, this problem really concerns me. Legally, it is difficult to check our athletes for drugs. But if they do use drugs, it can ruin their lives and make national headlines. Parents can protect their children by learning to identify the earliest signs of drug use. The eye cannot mask drug use. The eye changes minutes after drugs have been taken, and those signs may last more than a day. For more information on the eye signs, see the insert in tonight's program. Please join us in an effort to make America drug-free. Thank you.
And as soon as this ball is kicked, it will be the last ball game for 7 seniors on the Quaker team. The ball is kicked. It's a low driving kick. It's going to hit the ground. It's going to go to a tackle number 68. And that's Pat Meyer. Meyer takes the ball on the 30-yard line, and he goes to the 33. And Pat Myers, being a defensive or offensive tackle, holy cow, something to remember for the last game of his senior year.
He's 275 pounds, folks, and he got that ball, and he caught it, he looked at it, and he thought, well, should I run? I guess I should. And he didn't get anywhere very fast, but he's a load to bring down, I tell you.
So Girard will have the ball on their own 32-yard line. They're coming out of the set. The quarterback is Mark Pagano. We have a split left, slot right, double slot, single back. Pagano's calling his signals. He's going back. He's going to be a little pass. It's going to go out to number 32. That's Jerome Christian. Christian is dropped directly on the line of scrimmage. That was by number 24 for the Quakers, Sean Binsley.
Nice play by Binsley to get out there, but that play developed kind of sloppily, too, because it was telegraphed all the way. Just a quick two-step drop by the quarterback, Pagano, and it went right out there, and Binsley all the way.
The Quakers are in their all black shirts, black pants with the red numerals. Girard is in all white, red helmets, red numerals. We have a split right, slot left, twin set. Pagano gets the ball, hands it off to the first man through. That's number 25. That's Jesse Harden. Harden goes over the 35 out to the 40-yard line. It will be a 3rd down and 3 on the 41-yard line. We have a split right, slot left, twin set. Pagano's calls his signals, his line set. He's under the ball. Gets to the snap. It's a pitch out to number 25. That's Jesse Harden. Harden goes over the 45, and he is on first down territory. He's down to the 47-yard line. Just a little pitch right off tackle, and Harden gets 5 yards real quick, Chris. Out left. Double slot. Single back. We got motion to the right. Ball is handed off to the motion man. That's number 33, Walter Blaine. Blaine is going to be brought down for about a 2-yard gain. Initially, he was hit right at the line of scrimmage by Chris White, and Blaine just slipped off of him and made about a 2-yard gain on that, Chris.
I tell you what, they have a couple of quick backs. Harden is no slouch in there, and neither is Malik Wilson. Those guys have some moves, and they are pretty quick. And they might cause the Salem Quakers a few heartaches before it's all said and done, because they can change their field very, very quickly.
So it's be 2nd down and 8 from the Girard 49-yard line. We have split right, slot left, twin set. Pagano hands the ball off to the first man through. Number 25, that's Jesse Harden, and Harden goes over the 50-yard line to the 49 of the Quakers.
And he was brought down quickly by Matt Stamp. A nice job. He read that one and tackled him from behind.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5 from the Quaker 49-yard line. And right now the Quakers need to get a good defense.
Like he's in a bit of pain.
Gerard set, split left, slot right, fake the handoff, going to pass the ball. Ball is incomplete. It was intended for him, number 83, Noam Henninger.
Yeah, and Chris White was the man there to tip it away from him. And boy, that wasn't a very good-looking pass either by Pagano, because he threw.
Deep for the Quakers is going to be number 10, Nick Snyder, and number 81 for the Quakers. That's Scott McKinney kicking for Gerard. As soon as I get his number, is number 60. And that's going to be Mike Carriger. And the ball hits on the 20. It's going to bounce inside the 10, down on the Quaker 3-yard line. And the Quakers, again, will be starting deep in their own territory. Nice high punt by Carriger.
I tell you what, you can give old Kerrigan a 46-yard punt on that, and that was a pretty good one, because Mike Kerrigan, folks, 225 pounds, 6 foot 2 inches tall, and his real position is a guard, and he also moonlights as a defensive end. So, well, kind of a jack of all trades.
Did my eyes deceive me, or is he also a left-footed kicker?
Yeah, also
a left-footed kicker. So everybody's going to go in for the right foot. Now they're going to have to change up a little bit. But the Quakers will start on their own 3-yard line, deep in their own territory. Lance Miller has his team set on the line. He's going to hand the ball off to the first man through. That's Jason Austin. And Austin will take the ball about to the 4, maybe to the 5-yard line.
Boy, there was nothing there for him. And the Quakers have put together some pretty nice drives the last 3 weeks, going back to the Struthers game and then the McKinley game, and then last week against Canfield. So they're finally getting in sync, and they're getting comfortable with their positions. And I look for the Quakers to put together some pretty decent drives tonight.
We have Schramm going in for Brian Martin. The ball is set on the 5. The Quakers will be 2nd down and 8 from their own 5-yard line. We have Schramm to the left, Bisley to the right, post set I. Ball's handed off the first man through. That's Jason Austin. And Austin goes off a right guard, and he gets about 2 yards out to the 7-yard line. Real hard sledding down over that defensive line because it's big. They got Pat Myers in there as a stalwart.
They're giving no quarter as Gerard, and I tell you what, those are going to be rough yards, and Jason's going to get worn down early if they keep running him like that, because if you run him back into the teeth of the D like that, he's going to take some punishment.
Number 68, Pat Myers, like we said before, 6'3", 275 pounds, and they have some beef on that line. The Quakers break their huddle. We have Martins to the left, Bisley to the right. Miller's going back to pass. He's looking out to Martins. He's throwing the ball over. The ball is going to be blocked, knocked down, incomplete, and that was number 38, Chris, for Gerard, and that's Rich Hall.
Yeah, they were fortunate that time because Hall was right there. Hall's a little man, though. He only goes 145 pounds. Martin's a little bit bigger than that. That pass was right there, and he really should have held on to that, I believe.
Something the Quakers may have to look for. Schramm's going to do the punting deep for Gerard. Will be, or getting the ball will be number 32, and he's and the Quakers will get the receiver coming on their own 40-yard line. Matt Alex gets the ball, number 36, Michael Shannon misjudged the ball. There's hardly any breeze today. He misjudged the ball. He didn't even touch it. Well, he touched it, and the Quakers got the fumble on their own 41-yard line. That's a break for the Quakers, something they haven't got a lot of.
I tell you what, and you knew that the punt receiver was in trouble for Gerard because he set, and then the ball kind of floated away from him. Instead of moving up, he just tried to get it with his hands, and you don't catch a punt like that, folks. You got to cradle it in tight to your body.
We have Cochran to the left, Bensley. Cochran to the right, Bensley to the left. I set. Ball's going to be pitched. It's a reverse. It's Cochran. Cochran's coming around the left end, and he is going to be dropped off the line of scrimmage. It looked like he had some yardage up in the middle, but he tried to do an outside cut.
That was Jeff Steiner on the tackle, too, and I think maybe Cochran got himself a little bit caught up because he should have just cut it upfield and tried to get the yards. Instead, he tried to be a little bit fancy, take his man inside and then fake him outside and try to bust him around the end, and Steiner wasn't buying it.
Cochran did a good job. He got 1 yard to play. There was a defensive end in his way. He did a nice job of cutting back. We have Bensley to the left. Schramm to the right. I set. Ball's going to be handed off to Austin. Austin goes off the left tackle. He's over the 45, 50, 55. He's going to be dropped at the 34-yard line. A beautiful run by Jason Austin. Austin put the shoulder down and just nailed and laid out one of his defenders.
That man that he buried was Michael Shannon. Shannon, a linebacker, and he was hauled down by Walter Brame.
One thing we can say tonight, Jason Austin is not having trouble with his ankles. He's been having problems with the last 5 games.
Boy, that was a nice-looking move, too, but he just put his shoulder down and laid the hammer on that man.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Quakers on Gerard's 34-yard line. We'll get the yardage on Austin's run there.
24 yards, Pat.
The Bensley to the left. Martins to the right. Ball's handed off to Austin. Austin cuts back. He's over 30. He's down to the 23-yard line. Austin went off the left side. Cut against the green. Went right up the middle, and he got another 15 or 12 yards on that play.
Tackle made by Malik Wilson coming up from a defensive back position. And, boy, after that one run, he's kind of getting on track. He had a couple of tough goes down right in front of his own goal line. But now that he has a little bit of running room, he has good vision when he gets the ball. And he made a nice cutback to take it right through the heart of the D that time.
Well, he's running over number 76, Sam Augusta. And Augusta's doing a good job of blocking. Bensley to the left. Strand to the right. Ball's handed off to Chris White up the middle. And Chris goes over the 20-yard line. He's down about the 17-yard line. A beautiful fullback trap run in there, Chris.
And it took 3 players to bring him down. Walter Brame was one of them, and the other player was Ron Bocan. Both of them there to put the hit on him. And Chris White, again, showing a little bit of the strength. And even though he hasn't carried the ball a whole lot, most of his carries have been pretty successful.
2nd and 4. Chris had a 6-yard run. We have Bensley to the left. Martins to the right. I set. Nose underneath center. The handoff was pitched out to Austin. Austin cuts off tackle again. He's over the 15. He's down to the 14-yard line. And Jason did a smart move. The outside was blocked. He cut back against the grain again. And it looks like he's very close to the first down.
Kurt Kramer and Michael Lopez, the players that Jason beat, he just went right through both of them.
Right now we have a referee's timeout. They are going to bring the chains across the field and measure for a first down. I'll tell you what, Jason, Austin, and Chris White are running with a lot of determination tonight. And that's the best we've seen Jason run in a few weeks. He's had some ankle problems. He got hurt in the Campbell game, and he's been hampered by a stretched ligament in his left ankle. So he hasn't been able to get set.
Yeah, well, last week was kind of a tough way to go for Jason because it was a wet field, and you just don't make the kind of cuts that a runner like Jason needs to make. And you know Chris White's going to have a good game because he's a senior, and this is his last game in front of the home folks.
Well, they missed the first down. It will be 3rd and 1 for the Quakers on Gerard's 14-yard line. We have 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter of this MVC contest. The Quakers had the ball deep in their own territory on a punt. They were starting off on the 4. Then they recovered a fumbled punt on their own 40, and this drive started on their own 41-yard line. They're down to the 14 of Gerard. The Quakers break huddle. We have Benjamin going to the left, Schramm to the right. We have a split set, Austin to the left, White to the right. The officials are getting something set with the Gerard defense. They're talking to one of the captains for Gerard. That looks like Pat Meyer they're talking to. No, it's the nose guard. Miller has his team set. They're down on the ball. Miller's underneath the center. Ball snap. It's going to Austin. Austin goes over the 14, down about the 13. He's very close to the first down again, Chris.
I don't know. Lance Miller looked pretty confident. He walked up there and kind of surveyed it by the chain, and he pronounces it a first down. Let's see what the official does here. And he does. He calls it a first down, so the Quakers drive is still alive.
So the Quakers will have a first down on Gerard's 13-yard line. It'll be first, or on the 12. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Quakers. And this is a pretty nice drive, considering they were caught deep in their own territory.
You got it.
We have Bensley to the left, Martins to the right, Pearl set. Miller gets the ball, hands it off to Austin. Austin goes off the left tackle, and he is going to be swamped by a couple of the defenders. And it looked like Jason got down to about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line.
Yeah, some of the players in on the tackle that time, number 36, Michael Shannon, also Jerome Christian, a defensive back and a linebacker. I'm sorry, 2 linebackers that time on the tackle.
We have Schramm coming in for Martins, bringing in the play. Quakers are getting the huddle. There'll be a 2nd down and 8 from Gerard's 10-yard line. We have Bensley going to the left. Schramm to the right. It's a split set. Austin left, White right. Miller gets the ball, fakes the handoff, pitches it to White. White's going around the left side, and he is going to be stopped. And a little bit of drive, and Chris goes over the 10, and he is down about the 8-yard line. That was a well-defended play by Gerard.
That really was, because it looked like they might drop Lance in the backfield that time, and he just got the pitch off. It wasn't a particularly good pitch because it didn't have the kind of spin that you like to have a pitch to have, but Chris did a good job of grabbing it. But two linebackers came up for Gerard and just shut that one off, even though Bensley was out there trying to put the block out on his man.
It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Quakers on Gerard's 9-yard line. We have Martins back in for Schramm. He's to the right, Bensley to the left. Split set. Miller's underneath center. He's going to go back to pass. He's looking wide. He's going to be going. And it's intercepted in the end zone. And there is a penalty flag. It's intercepted over the hands of number 10, and that was Nick Snyder. But we have a penalty in the end zone.
Yeah, that's going to be on Gerard, too. I think they're going to call a defensive pass interference on Sean Bensley because the man just kind of got in Sean's way and faced him up and gave him a shot a little bit farther down the field than he's allowed.
That's right, Chris. It's interference against Gerard. That will take the Quakers a half the distance to the goal, but it'll be a 1st down.
And the Quakers' drive is going, and even though a team might not play as well as it always can, folks, a good team plays well because they get the breaks, too. And the Salem Quakers tonight have gotten both of the breaks in this ball game.
Well, the Quakers, they will take the penalty because it was a 3rd down, and of course, with the interception, you have to take the penalty. So we'll just have to see where the ball is going to be set. The ball will be set on the 4-yard line. But we have to see what it's going to be a 1st down and goal for the Quakers on Gerard's 4-yard line.
I'd look for Chris White in this situation, Pat.
We have a double tight full house set. Austin is a tailback. The ball is going to be handed off to Austin. Austin almost fumbles the ball, and he gets back across the 5 to the 4. A little pitch to Austin. Austin had a hard time getting control of the ball, and he goes down to the 4, and it's be 2nd and 4.
Malik Wilson on the tackle that time, and we have an injured Quaker on the sidelines. Can't quite tell his number. He took his shirt off. Let's see. As I look down there, I see that's Brian Lippiat over there. He has his shirt off, and he's getting a massage from one of the trainers. It looks like maybe he got hit in the back, maybe around the shoulder blade or something.
So it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Quakers. We have a double tight pro set. Austin did a tailback. Ball's handed off to the first man through. That's number 24. And that will be Sean Bensley. And Bensley gets to the 3-yard line. And he's driven back to the 5 very rudely.
I was going to say, watch Gerard on defense, Pat. They're good at picking up keys. They're very rarely fooled. There were a couple of fakes that time by Chris White and Jason Austin, but they both keyed on the right man as far as Gerard's defense goes, and they shut that play off cold.
So it'll be 3rd and goal for the Quakers on the 3 of Gerard. We have double tights in. We have Chris Cochran, the left tight end, and number 80, George Bigham. We have a pro set. Take the handoff. Miller's going to throw the ball. He's going to be sacked. Miller's going to be sacked back to the 15-yard line. It was a fake, and he was going to pass the ball. He had Brian Martins wide open in the end zone, but he was sacked on the 15.
And that was defensive end Jim Barone. Barone is 170-pounder. He stands 6 foot tall, and he was right there. Lance was rolling out to the right, and he ran right into Barone, and Barone wrapped him up and dropped him. So the Quakers with a big loss, and they're going to have to go for it on 4th down here. So I might look for maybe Bensley. He's the man that they usually look for in these kind of situations.
So it'll be 4th and 12 for the Quakers. We have Bensley to the left, Martins to the right. Wing left, single set. Miller's going back to pass. He's looking for Martins. The ball is intercepted by number 32. He's going down the left sideline. He's over the 30, 25 to the 30-yard line. And that was number 32.
Malik Wilson. Wilson was right there in the passing zone, too. Or I'm sorry, not number 23, 32, Jerome Christian.
So Christian intercepted the ball about the 5-yard line, and he ran it back to the 30-yard line. So Gerard will take over on their own 30-yard line. The Quakers did not get in for the score after a beautiful drive. We have 10 seconds left in the first quarter of this ball game. Gerard will break huddle. Pagano will get his team set up and try to get a playoff before the quarter is over. And it doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to let the clock run out. So at the end of the first quarter, the score is Salem 0, Gerard 0. We'll be right back after this message.
It's another great edition of Salem Quaker High School Athletics, and the Salem Morning Journal is proud to be a sponsor of this game.
Motion to the left. Ball's handed off to number 23, and that's Malik Wilson. Wilson goes over the 35-yard line, and he goes over to the 40, about the 41-yard line. And all it was a little counter play off the right side, and Wilson did a good job of cutting back against the grain.
Boy, Wilson's a good-looking runner, though. I tell you, he's quick. He's explosive. He's not really quick. He's explosive. It takes him maybe a stride or two. He's up to full speed, and if it wasn't for a Salem Quaker grabbing a hold of his shirt from behind, he might have been gone. You don't give him any running room, or else he's going to blow by you.
He got 11 yards on that carry, and it will be a first down and 10 for Girard on their own 41-yard line. We have split left, double tight slot right. And we have a penalty, and it will go against Girard. One of the linemen moved a little early, Chris.
Yeah, and you notice what they did with Wilson, Pat. They split him out wide left, and instead of getting him back there in the running back position.
Well, I'd say Wilson, by the looks of things, appears to be the fastest man on this Girard team. And I wouldn't, well, on that play, the lineman fired out, so you knew it wasn't going to be a pass. It looked like it was going to be a little trap to the right side. Usually a lineman, when he fires out, it's going to be a run. When he pulls back, it's going to be a pass. So that time, just from a layman's point of view, it looked like a run to the right. So it will be 1st and 15 from the 36. We have split left, slot right. Again, he's back to pass. He's looking up the middle. It's going to be the number. We have to pick up his number on it, number 83, and that's Norm Henninger, and that is also the punter. And he will take the ball over to the 45-yard line, so that's a 10-yard reception for him.
Yeah, and he didn't get any love tap from the Salem Quakers defense either. He got wrapped up and then hit. And Henninger, we mentioned him in the pregame show.
We're using that young man a lot tonight with his height. Pagano gets the ball. He hands the ball off to the first man through. And, boy, I'll tell you, Chris, it's hard to pick up his numbers. That's number 25,
yeah, Jesse
Harden. And Harden goes to the 50-yard line, and he will just be short of the first down by about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Girard on the 49-yard line.
Let's talk about these running backs momentarily. We mentioned them before, Harden and Wilson. Harden, the man that just carried the ball, he's carried the ball 123 times for 812 yards, 6.6 yards a carry, Pat. 4 TDs, but the man that they give the ball to in the short yardage situations is Wilson. He has 7 TDs, but he's only carried the ball about half as much as Harden.
Pagano brings his team out of the huddle. We have split right, slot left and right, single back. Pagano takes the snap. He pitches the ball out to the right, and that's to Wilson. And Wilson is stopped short. That's Jesse Harden. Harden is stopped short. As a matter of fact, he might have about a yard loss on that, so it'll be 4th down and about 2 yards for a first down for Girard, and that'll be on their own 48-yard line. Beautiful defensive play.
Yeah, Brian Gruey made the tackle that time, and just as Salem looked like they might be starting to bend a little bit, they stand tall, and it looks like Girard's going to have to punt it.
Brian Gruey, tackle, sophomore, 5'10", 185 pounds. And when this young man gets in there, he usually has a lot of action around his way. Deep for the Quakers will be number 10, Nick Schneider, and number 80, George Bigham. And it's a nice high punt. It's coming down to Schneider. Schneider gets the ball at the 15. He's over the 17, almost to the 20, and he's stopped. A little mix-up back there. Both of the receivers went after the ball.
Boy, that was pretty scary.
And the other receiver, I'm sorry, was number 81, Scott McKinney. It wasn't George Bigham.
Yeah, both McKinney and Schneider back there, and Schneider just came in and took the ball away. When you have 2 players that are that close on a punt reception or on a punt catch, you expect a fumble. It's a good thing that they didn't fumble.
Kerrigan did another nice job of kicking the ball very high, letting his coverage get down.
36 yards on that punt pass.
Quakers will take over on their own 18-yard line. We have split left, slot right. It's a quick pass out to number 17, Schramm. He gets over the 20. He's over 25, 30, and he's going a lot of bounds on the 32-yard line. A nice little quick step by Lance Moore to get the ball out to Schramm. And Schramm gets down across the 30-yard line, and he has a first down.
Well, that play sure developed a lot better than it looked like it was going to, because Michael Shannon was right there when Schramm caught the ball. And Schramm just took it to the outside, and Shannon had to knock him out a little bit downfield, and it was a nice pickup.
Something Girard might pick up whenever Jason Oster comes into the ballgame and Nicky Schneider goes in for him. They're always going to pass, so they may be picking that up on defense. We have Bensley to the right, Schramm to the left, I set. Ball's handed off, second man through, that's Austin. Austin's hit at the line of scrimmage. He goes over to 35, about to the 36-yard line for about a 2-yard pickup.
He just got swallowed up by the entire defensive line of Girard, too. Just about everyone in on the hit parade that time.
Something that's unusual. They were running right at Gerard's big man, Pat Meyer, too, and they're doing a nice job of cutting the legs out from Meyer. They're probably doing a double team block with either a guard and a tackle or the center and the guard. So the Quakers will have a 2nd down and 7 from their own 36-yard line. We have Bensley to the right, Schramm to the left. It's a wide split. White to the right, to the left. Austin to the right. Austin takes the ball, and he goes over the 35, about after the 38-yard line, and he is hit directly at the 38. And I can't pick up the number of the linebacker.
Michael Shannon, Pat. He met him right there, face mask to face mask. And we've called Shannon's name a lot tonight. That boy has a good nose for the ball.
Yeah, Shannon plays both ways, offensively and defensively. An inside linebacker and also a back on offense. So he's a pretty hard-nosed ball player. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Quakers from their own 38-yard line. We have Bensley to the right. Schramm to the left. Pro set. Miller takes the ball. He's going back to pass. He's going to let the ball go. It's overthrown for number 80, and that is George Bigham, just a little bit out of his reach.
Yeah.
So the Quakers will miss their 3rd down conversion on that.
Jim Barone came up from a defensive end position again, though. He's been beating his man to the outside. That's twice this game, and Lance had a man right on him when he threw it. It looks like we have a Salem Quaker that's not going to return tonight. That player is going to be number 66, Brian Lippiett. He's a sophomore, folks, but he was on the sidelines before, and he has his shoulder pads off.
Schramm will be punting. It's a nice high punt. It's going down to number 32, and that will be Jerome Christian. And Christian takes the ball and drops directly down on the 29-yard line.
That was pretty dangerous because he had a Salem Quaker bearing down on him, and what he did is decided to whistle or call for a fair catch, and he did it with a man right there, and the ball was almost on top of him, and he might have fumbled another one.
Well, one thing we have to say is we have Reuben Jones back in the ballgame at defensive end. We have 7 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first half of the ballgame, a 0-0 ballgame. Gerard will take over the ball on their own 29-yard line. Pagano brings his team out of the huddle. We have split left, slot left, motion to the left. Ball's going to be faked. The handoff. Pagano's rolling right, and he's going to cut back, and we have a penalty flag. Pagano is going to be dropped either for a 1-yard loss or directly at the line of scrimmage, and I think we have either a hold or a low block.
And I think they're going to call that on Pat Meyer.
So it's a holding penalty. Yes, Gerard. The Salem Quakers have a little decision here where they want to put that against the ball. He's going to go back to pass. He's looking out. It's going to be thrown to number 23 for Gerard. It's completed, and that's Malik Wilson. Wilson goes down to the 25-yard line, and he picks up about 12 yards of the 26 that Gerard needs. The ball will be spotted directly on the 25-yard line, so it will be 2nd down and 13 for Gerard.
You know, Pagano, he doesn't have a particularly strong arm. You see the way his passes kind of wobble? They really look like ducks when they get out there.
Pagano is listed at 6'1", 170 pounds. He doesn't look that tall. Split left, slot right, twin set. Pagano's calling the signals. He's back. He's going to hand the ball off to the first man through off the right tackle, and that is Malik Wilson. And Wilson will take the ball out to the 27-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 12 for Gerard.
And now the Quakers D cannot relax, but at least they have a little bit of room to work.
One thing, if the Quakers do get into a 4th down situation when they have the 2 receivers back, there's going to have to be a little bit more conversation with them. This looks like a passing set for Gerard, but with the speed that they have, they may try to cross Salem up.
Yeah.
Split left, slot right, twin set. Again, is calling it. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw the ball. It's going down to number 23. That's Malik Wilson. Wilson will get a 1st down, and he's going to go out of bounds on about the 45-yard line. It looked like he went out a little bit before that, but the officials are going to set it at the 45.
Yeah, and he just cut right in front of Sean Bensley. Took that pass away. There was really no one within about 3 yards of him that time, but that play developed just like Gerard wanted it, and the Quakers D, when they have somebody 3rd and 12, can't let them get that much yardage.
That was a 17-yard reception by Malik Wilson for Pagano. Beautiful little laid-out pass.
Pagano has 41 yards in passing in this game so far.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Gerard has a slot left, split right, motion to the left. Pagano's calling the signals. We have a little counter play going to the right. That's Malik Wilson. Wilson goes off the right tackle, and he's going to be hit at the 49-yard line and brought down by the Quakers. A beautiful little counter play.
Chris Cochran on the tackle, and he's, in a way, kind of fortunate he didn't pick up a face mask penalty because That time Wilson went low, and Cochran decided to go high, and Cochran almost swung over him, but he got a little bit of his helmet on that tackle.
Also in on that tackle is Alan Stokes playing at a defensive end. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Girard from their own 49-yard line. We have split left, slot right, pro set, split backfield. Pagano's going to get the ball. He's going to roll to his right. He looks like he's going to pass. The ball's going to be thrown to far side of the field. We can't see who got the reception. Schramm knocked him out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
That reception, Pat, was made by Jim Martusio, or John Martusio, rather. He's a 160-pound, 6'1" player.
Martusio, they have some big ends.
Yeah, they do.
Girard does. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Girard, being a typical running team. But also, Pagano has a good percentage for the MVC.
He plays within himself. He knows what his limitations are.
He's only basically a 20, 25-yard passer at the most. Split left, slot left, split right, pro set. Ball's going to be handed off the first man through, and that's number 25, and that will be Jesse Harden. Harden goes across the 35-yard line down to the 34 of the Salem Quakers. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Girard. They were spotted at the 35, so it'll be 2nd and 6 for Girard at the Quaker 35-yard line. Going into the ball game will be Reuben Jones. He will be taking the place of Jason Austin.
Yeah, and Pat, on the sidelines, John Martusio, he just made the reception. He's over there warming up. He's the second-team quarterback for Girard, but he does see a lot of minutes.
Split right, slot left, slot right, single back, motion to the left. The ball is going to be fake the handoff. Pagano is going to be stopped in the backfield on the 40-yard line. The first man in is number 61, Alan Stokes. The second man in, the other defensive end, Reuben Jones.
Very nice job by the Salem Quakers, and give Girard a taste of their own medicine there, because Salem really hasn't been pressuring the quarterback a whole lot this season. In fact, coming into tonight's game, they'd only sacked the quarterback 6 times, and they'd given up 9. So things are evening out just a little bit, and the Salem Quakers, if they can pressure Pagano tonight, going to make it a long night for him.
Bensley's coming in for Jones. We have a 3rd down and 11. Pagano's back to pass. He's looking long, across the middle, and the ball is going to be moved away. And that's by number 24, Sean Bensley. A beautiful defensive play. Sean thought he should have had an interception. He was fortunate to knock the ball down there.
See what happens when Pagano tries to go a little bit beyond what he can do. That pass was too long for him, and he shouldn't have thrown that. It just didn't have the stuff on it. Bensley was actually beaten, and if that pass would have had some stuff on it, that would have been a reception, but Bensley had enough time to recover because that was just a little bit too softly thrown.
So it'll be 4th down and 11. Girard appears to be going to try for the 1st down. They're lining up. We'll see if this is going to be any type of fake. We have a split right, or slot right, split left. Pagano's going to back the pass. He's looking short. He's going to throw the ball, and it's going to be short. The Quakers will take over on their own 39-yard line. So the Quakers have got another ball on another 4th down. We have 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in this ball game, and the Quakers doing a fine job on defense.
They really are doing a nice job. Outside linebacker Matt Stamp in there to make a dive at it to at least try to knock it down. And also there's Sean Bensley. Pass was just a little bit low. It was the same pass play that they got the 1st down on earlier in that same drive. And they figured, well, if it worked once, maybe it'll work twice. But fortunately for Salem, lightning doesn't strike twice.
Also putting pressure up the middle, Brian Gruey. Quakers will break huddle, split right. That's Morris to the right. Ball's pitched to the left, but that's to Jason Austin. Austin goes over the 35 or 40-yard line. He's going to be dropped about the 46, 47-yard line.
Mike Neary coming into the game for Salem.
So the Quakers will get 2 yards on that. Austin will get 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 on their own 42-yard line. We have number 10 coming into the ballgame, Nick Snyder. He's going in for Sean Bensley. So we have Schramm going to the left, Snyder to the right. Double-step backfield. Miller's going to be back to pass. Nice rush. He's going to throw the ball to Schramm. Schramm in and out of his hand at Girard's 45-yard line. A nice pass under pressure for Lance Miller. Hate to say anything, but that ball should have been caught.
Well, I don't know, Pat. I don't know if I would begrudge Schramm for not catching that, because it was across the middle and it was high. And as it was, Schramm took a pretty nice lick from Jerome Christian that time. And if Schramm would have held onto that ball, that would have been a full blow hit. And I'll tell you what, that would have been right in the ribs.
That's one of your patented hospital balls, but
little bit high, yeah.
Crucial situations, you got to go for the glory.
That's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I think.
Of course, one thing you got to remember, Schramm's a junior. He wants to come back for next year, too.
That's right.
Yeah, Schramm to the right. Snyder to the left. Close set. Miller's going to go back to pass. Good blocking. It's a little screen pass to Jason Austin. Austin is over the 40. 50-yard line. He will get a first down on the left screen pass. A beautiful play. A 9-yard reception. A little screen pass to Jason Austin. And the Quakers go into Girard territory. It will be 1st and 10 on Girard's 49-yard line. Now they're going to set the ball just a little bit over the 50. We have 2:41 left in this exciting ball game.
I'll tell you what, the Salem Quakers have worked that screen pass for a lot of yards tonight, and maybe they might want to take a closer look at that in their halftime talks and see if they can't maybe use it a little bit more.
I'd like to see him use one of the big tight ends across the middle because it's wide open, Chris. We have Martins to the right, Schramm to the left, I set. Ball's going to be headed off to Austin. Austin goes off a right tackle, and he will go to the 46-yard line. And the referee will spot the ball back a yard to the 47.
Of course.
It just seems like that's all it goes. Quakers are going to have a quick set huddle. We have Bisley to the left, Martins to the right. Quakers are over the ball. Girard gets their offense set. We look like offside here. Miller's going to go back to pass. He's looking down the middle. The ball's going to be caught after the 36-yard line left by Brian Martin. And the Quakers will have a first down on the 36, and they move the ball back again to the 37-yard line.
17.7 yards a catch is what Martin averaged coming into tonight's game, and that's going to be a nice completion for Salem.
The officials will have to stop the clock for the yard markers to get set. They're getting another ball into the game. We have 1:58 left. The Quakers are on Girard's 37-yard line. We have Martins to the right, short split. Bisley to the left. It's a split set backfield. Miller's going to go back to pass. Good blocking. He's going to throw the ball around. No one is down there. There was a mix-up. Miller was looking for Bisley, and Bisley was hit about 2 yards off the line of scrimmage and was knocked back a little bit before he got into his stride.
The play that was the closest, Walter Brame, and well, even it was over his head. So I think Lance probably just threw that away because he saw the patterns weren't developing the way he wanted them to go.
Miller, there was a set pattern for Bisley to go down the left sideline and cut across the middle, and he got stopped short on a nice block by the defensive secondary man. We have Schramm in the ball games for Martin. Schramm is to the right. Bisley is to the left. 2nd and 10 for the Quakers. The ball is handed off to the first man through Austin. Austin goes down to the 35-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and 7 for the Quakers on the 36-yard line of Girard. We have 1:35 left.
Next time the Quakers look to pass, Pat, watch the blocking back and watch Walter Brame come around what for Lance is the left side of the line. He's been giving a lot of pressure to Lance from that side tonight.
We have Bisley to the right, Schramm to the left, slot right. Miller's going back to pass. It's a short set. It's down to number 24, Bisley. Bisley gets the reception at the 25-yard line. It'll be a first down, and that was a nice 13-yard pass to Bisley.
Did he thread the needle or what? Because he put that one right by Michael Shannon. Shannon looked like he was going to have an interception there, right into Bisley low, just the way you got to throw it.
Another no-set huddle for the Quakers. The officials are getting the sticks set. There's the time, the whistle. The Quakers are in it. We have Bisley to the right, Schramm to the left. Miller's back to pass, and he is going to be sacked. Brame is in again for the sack. Barone is also in on it. The Quakers will have to call a timeout. That was about a 5-yard sack for the Quakers. It'll be 2nd and 15. And with the Quakers timeout, we'll take a timeout for this message.
James M. McKay, attorney and founder of the Home Savings and Loan Company 100 years ago, led the infant enterprise.
Martins to the left, or Schramm to the left. Miller's back to pass. Miller's going to roll to the right. He's looking to throw the ball. He's going to be dropped back at the 39-yard line. And also in on it is the big defensive tackle, Pat Meyer.
Yeah, Barone again, though, folks. He was right there. And also in to apply some pressure was Michael Shannon. And the Salem Quakers are having problems protecting Lance tonight.
I give that sack to the secondary because they had the receivers all covered, and Lance couldn't do anything. He tried to roll to the right and come down here. So the Quakers take a timeout, and we'll take another timeout for this message.
It's another great edition of Salem Quaker High School Sports. And the
38-yard line. Miller just got dropped for another sack, and that would be a secondary coverage sack.
Yeah, 3rd down and 23, though. The Salem Quakers need a big completion right here.
Benzie to the right, Martins to the left, double set. We're going to have to block it out here for him. And Miller's going to let go of the ball, and the ball is going to be intercepted by Gerard at the 26-yard line, and that will be another drive stopped by Gerard's defense again.
Michael Lopez on the interception. Lopez, 188 pounds. He stands 6 feet tall, and that's 2 interceptions for Lance tonight. Actually, it's 3 if you don't count the interception that he threw on the penalty when the Quakers had a nice drive going in the first period. So the Quakers stall, but they only stall with about half a minute to go in the half.
And doing all the harassing for Gerard is number 18, Jim Barone again, and he was right on Miller. Gerard Pagano's back to pass. He's going to look. He is going to be dropped for a sack back on the 18-yard line, and that is going to be number 64 for the Quakers. Matt Alex doing a fine job again on defense, and there's 19 seconds left in the first half of this ball game, and Gerard will have the ball on their own 18.
A big play series going here on both sides. Salem has some big plays, and Gerard had some big plays just before that.
So it will be 2nd down and about 25, and the Quakers took another timeout, so we'll have another timeout and wait for more action.
American Standard has proudly served the Salem community since 1975. They invite you to see their displays of quality products, including American Standard fixtures and faucets, for the pure luxury you deserve. In an incredible array of colors and designs at the Kitchen Classics Showroom, 645 East State Street in Salem. American Standard's superior workmanship and quality is more evident than ever with the announcement of their new Americast bathtub, better than cast iron, and manufactured right here in Salem exclusively by American Standard. WSOM Sports and the Salem Quakers.
Back at Riley Stadium, 19 seconds left. Gerard's on the ball. Pagano's going back to pass. He's getting rushed. He's going to throw up the middle. The ball is intercepted by number 10, Nick Snyder. Snyder's going up the middle. He's going across the 25 down the 20-yard line. We have a timeout by the Quakers. There's 8 seconds left in this first half of the ball game. Nicky Snyder caught the intercepted the pass on the 45-yard line. Gerard took it all the way back to Gerard's 20-yard line. Now the Quakers get another break for themselves to call a timeout. So while the Quakers are trying to get their offensive strategy going, Chris, we're going to let everybody hear another nice calm commercial message. So we'll be right back after this message.
Sorry to get you worked up.
For over 20 years, Ward Molded Plastics and Salem Quakers on AM 600 WSOM.
Back at Riley Stadium, 8 seconds left for the ball game. The Quakers are out. Benzie to the left. Martins to the right. The ball is going down to Martins. Martins is in the end zone, and the ball is knocked away by number 38 for Gerard, and that's Rick Hall. The Quakers have 3 seconds left.
But that was in Martin's hands. It was tipped, and it bounced right off of him and out of bounds. Nice pass, though, by Lance. He laid that one up just like you had to. Good protection that time, too, by Lance's offensive line. He hasn't often had good protection tonight.
Rick Hall doesn't get the hand up. That's 6 points for the Quakers, and it was just tipped. Martins did a good job of outrunning the defender, which we know he can do all the time. We have 3 seconds left. 2nd down at 10. It's a 20-yard line. We have Brian Martins into the ball game. Nick Schneider to the right. Martins to the left. Double set. Miller's back to pass. He's looking for the end zone again. Martins got the ball. I thought we were going to get some interference on that one, but the official called it off. And at the end of the first half, the score, Gerard 0, the Salem Quakers 0. We'll be right back with Tom Bell and your halftime statistics after this message.
Salem Drugs is proud to sponsor tonight's Quaker football coverage. Supporting the young athletes of our community just comes natural to the people at Salem Drugs. After all, it's this community Salem Drugs has served for years with prescriptions, health and beauty aids, gifts, and
87 yards of total offense for the Quakers. Miller was intercepted twice. The Quakers did not lose the fumble, did not have a penalty in the first half, which is just different than what we saw last week as the Quakers racked up oodles and oodles of yards in penalties. And SRAM has 2 punts for 32.5-yard average. Looking at the Gerard Indians, 4 first downs in the first half, 44 yards rushing on 10 carries. And Jesse Harden is their leading rusher, 5 carries for 20 yards. Malik Wilson has 19 yards on 3 carries. 4 of 8 pass
passing for the quarterback for Girard. That is number 10, Mark Pagano. And he had 48 yards passing, and he has been sacked for 5 yards. 92 yards of total offense. He did throw one interception there late in the first half. They lost a fumble on a punt return, and they had 26 yards in penalties on three, and they had 3 penalties. 2 punts for a 41-yard average. Time of possession in the first half. Salem had the ball 12 minutes and 40 seconds. They ran 30 plays. Girard had the ball 11 minutes and 20 seconds, and they ran 20 plays. Mentioning the interceptions, Jerome Christian for Girard had 1 interception return. It was of 30 yards, and Nicky Schneider had the interception there late in the first half to give the Quakers an opportunity to put some points on the board, and he had a 17-yard interception return. That'll do it for the first half statistics. We'll return with Pat and Chris on AM 600 WSOM.
It's another great edition of Salem Quaker High School Sports, and the Salem Morning Journal is proud to be a sponsor of this game. When there's a sporting event, you can count on the Journal to be there. Call them today and subscribe. Call 424-9541 and ask for circulation. Salem High School Athletics on AM 600 WSOM. Brought to you in part by the Salem Morning Journal. Proud to be a sponsor of the Salem Quakers.
James M. McKay, attorney and founder of the Home Savings and Loan Company 100 years ago, led the infant enterprise for more than the first half-century of its history. It was James McKay who conceived and established the operating principles and the character of home savings, much as they exist today. He had a deep sense of obligation to the community and directed much of his personal time and that of his staff to public service.
Salem Drugs is proud to sponsor tonight's Quaker football coverage. Supporting the young athletes of our community just comes natural to the people at Salem Drugs. After all, it's this community Salem Drugs has served for years with prescriptions, health and beauty aids, gifts, and all the items you'd expect from a cross buds of Salem, Ohio for over 50 years. Sure, the restaurant has grown, but at Dorenzo's, your family will always find the consistent quality you expect. From pastas to pizzas, the price is right and the taste is incredible. For a great family meal, stop by the family place, Dorenzo's, at 387 South Broadway in Salem. And remember, Dorenzo's is open later after all Salem home games, so get together with your friends tonight at Dorenzo's. AM 600 WSOM, your station for the Salem Quakers.
Welcome back to Raleigh Stadium. We have 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this halftime. Right now, the pride of Salem, the Salem Quaker Marching Band is on the field doing their halftime presentation. And I'll tell you what, Chris, I must commend the fans of Salem tonight. The Salem side of the field is basically packed with fans tonight. It's a beautiful night for football. They're out here cheering their boys on. And the first half of this ball game, a 0-0 ball game right now, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
I say that they put on a great show before the game. The Salem Quaker Marching Band did. They did the Script, Ohio. I tell you what, it was impressive. If you're not listening to us right now out there, if you're listening from somewhere else other than the stadium, you missed out on something that was very nice. And right now, I tell you what, they spread out from 25-yard line to 25-yard line, folks. And Pat and I were watching Girard's marching band. They only took up 20 yards of the field. The Quakers doubled that and then some.
Well, the Quakers have a championship band here, Chris. And you can hear overall conversation. They're out there and they're just playing to the fans. And they're putting on a fantastic show. Before the show that they're putting on, the Salem Quaker football team put on another fantastic show because Girard coming into tonight's game was 7-2, and the spot on this game tonight by the Morning Journal was a 16-point spot. And these young men are out there playing their hearts out tonight. A couple missed opportunities for this young Quaker team, and I mean young because they're only graduating 7 seniors against a lot of other teams in the NBC that are graduating upwards of 15, and there's going to be a lot of these young boys back next year, and the fans in this town should do everything they can to come out and support these teams.
That's right. They haven't always been the biggest, and they haven't always been the fastest, and they haven't always been the most in number, but by and large this season, the Salem Quakers have put on a good show every Friday or Saturday night, and tonight is no exception. I expected it to be a little bit more Gerard than I've seen tonight, and I think maybe Gerard was looking beyond Salem because you look at some of those scores. Campbell blew him out. JFK handled them pretty easily, too, in the final score, but JFK even struggled a little bit when they played Salem. Every team has taken the game away from Salem.
They're in the closed school end zone end, and they're coming out of the field with their coaches.
We have a score to report. Youngstown Ursula is hammering after and holding 49-0.
And I think that is, Youngstown Ursula is also another team going to the playoffs. Another ball game today we haven't heard a score on, and it will be United Local and Lisbon. We haven't heard a score on that. And one up a little bit from Salem. Berlin Center, Western Reserve, going for their 10th win of the season. If they win tonight against Southington, it will be the first time in school's history they have ever went undefeated. It will be the first time in the school's history that they will ever have gone to a playoff. Now, this team, coached by Coach Topolewski up there, is not, if you go see them, they're not the team you think, because I went to see them one week when the Salem Quakers were playing on a Saturday, and they have a nose guard with all the tenacity of a badger or a wolverine or what do they call these Tasmanian devils. This young man is 5'4", 108 pounds, plays nose guard and also defensive corner, and I saw him take a 195 quarterback on heads on and knock him back 2 feet. And this is a team, if you get to the playoffs and see them, this is one you got to go see. They're great.
108 pounds?
108 pounds.
Into it, you're just going to be a big step. By the same token, like you just mentioned, that guy right there, 108 pounds. Hey, he has a big heart, and he's obviously playing the game with a lot of success.
Well, the Quakers will be receiving the ball on the open end. Will be in the north end of the field. Gerard will be kicking off from the south end of the field. The Quakers have taken the field. The officials are out in the middle of the field, and they will be getting Gerard out here to get set.
And look who's doing the kicking off at number 25, Jesse Harden, jack of all trades, too.
I hope this young man's going to graduate this year. I'd hate to see him next year.
Yeah.
Gerard didn't give us a list of what class these young men were in. But Jesse Harden does everything for Gerard.
Pat, how much will you give me if Salem runs it back for a touchdown and scores for the first time in the third all season?
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to have some malt beverage this season.
I'll take it.
The officials spot it. Harden kicks off. The ball is short. It looks like it's going to be going out of bounds. It's going to be picked off on the sideline, and that's Nicky Snyder. Nicky Snyder takes the ball on the 15, takes it over the 20, and he is out to the 24-yard line. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, because the ball was going out of bounds. Of course, the effect of this ball game, these young men want to make things happen tonight. So the Quakers will take the ball, have the ball on their own 24-yard line. Lance Miller's going out onto the field to set his troops to get some action started in this third quarter.
The Salem Quakers in the first half split up their plays pretty decently between the pass and the run. And I think, like we mentioned, a little bit more of pass plays that develop quicker would be successful for them.
We have Busy to the left, Mars to the right, pass across the middle to the tight end, and it was deflected by number 32, that's Jerome Christian. And the first play is what we were talking about. Tight end across the middle, and Christian didn't even get a hand on it, went off his shoulder pad.
Yeah, it looked like Lentz didn't quite have the feel of that ball. Usually a quarterback is going to grab it about 2/3 of the way down towards the center, but it looked like he had that one right in the thick of the ball. It's tough to throw one of those things when you're throwing it like that.
So it'll be second down and 10 for the Salem Quakers on their own 24-yard line. We have Schramm to the right, Bensley to the left. I set, hand it off to the second man through, and that's Austin. Austin goes over the 25, takes the ball out to the 28-yard line, and we have a little discussion by number 61 for the Salem Quakers, Alan Stokes, and number 33, I believe, Walter Brame. They were talking about some of the things that were going on in play out there.
I think they're talking about the weather, maybe the stock market.
We have Scott McKinney in for George Bigham. We have Schramm splitting to the right. Bensley to the left, split backfield. Miller's underneath center. It's a heavy rush. Miller's going back to pass. He's looking across the middle, and the ball stopped by Bensley. Bensley will make the reception on the 32-yard line. A beautiful 18-yard pass by Lance Miller to Bensley.
I tell you what, if you watch that play, too, Bensley was running right down the left sideline, and as soon as he made his cut, Lance had that ball in the air. No way that the defense for Girard could catch up to it, and that was great timing by Salem.
From the 24 to the 42, the Quakers can have the ball on the 42, first and 10. We have Martins to the right, double tight. No, Schramm to the right. Schramm gets the ball, and he is down on one knee at the 40-yard line, and there will be about a 1-yard loss. The low pass, Schramm had to go down for it, and his knee touched the ground just as he got the reception.
Yeah, Rick Hall in on the tackle that time. Rick Hall came up with a couple of defensive gems for Girard to keep Salem from getting on the scoreboard right there on the last 2 plays of the first half, so he's keeping the intensity level up, too, and Salem looking good on this drive to this point.
So it will be a -yard reception for Schramm, which doesn't go down very well in the statistics. We have Martins back into the ball game. He is going to the left. Bensley to the right. Slot right. Single back. Ball's pitched to White. White's going around the right end, and White will get to the 40-yard line, and he's knocked out of the bounds by number 68, Pat Meyer.
Yeah, they did a good job of stringing Salem out that time. White had nowhere to go. All the holes were plugged. They could just try to string it out to the sideline to look for some daylight, and there was none to be had.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Quakers on their own 40-yard line. We have Snyder coming into the ball game, Schramm into the ball game. Out comes Martin and Jason Austin. Every time Austin comes out of the ball game, we look for a pass, so maybe it'll be the same. We got Schramm to the left, Bensley to the right, single back set, split. We got a wing to the right. Miller's going back to pass. He's going to throw the ball. It's Bensley gets the ball, and there's a flag on the play. He makes the reception at the 49-yard line. It's very close to a first down, but we have a penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Salem because, again, guess who? It was our man Barone that came squeaking in there, and he put a hit on Lance, but he got held first. He was almost untouched, Pat. I think when they look at the films of this game, they're going to watch Barone and see how he's getting by. There was no one there to get him, and all that the blocking back could do, because, again, it was a single back set for Salem. All he could do is reach out and grab him, and that's a penalty that really hurts because that was a nice reception for Salem.
Yeah, Bensley made a nice reception. It would have been a first down for the Quakers. Now we have a 3rd down and 24 for the Salem Quakers. And the ball is back on their own 37-yard line. We have Bensley coming to the right. Schramm going to the left. We have Snyder in a slot right. Single back again. Miller's going back to pass. He's looking deep. It's going down to Schramm. We should have a penalty, and we don't. Oh, man, the defender, number 33, went over the back of Schramm. But what a brand. And the official standing right there beside it calls a no play on it. And so it'll be 4th down and 24 for the Quakers. And Chris, I may sound a little biased, but he went right through the receiver.
I was going to say Jim Welch back there and also Bray, but they had him sandwiched in, and actually Schramm had nowhere to go. And if they would have called a penalty, I think they probably wouldn't have got a whole lot of argument from Girard.
We have Wilson back and Christian. We have another beautiful high pass. Christian got the ball, and he dropped it back at the 26-yard line. A beautiful punt by Schramm.
I tell you what, Perry Newsom doesn't watch out. He's going to get beat out by Matt Schramm next season because he's been booming the ball on the punch for the last few weeks. That was a gorgeous punt.
At least a 4 count on the hang time, and if one of the Salem Quaker defenders could have got down a little quicker, they would have had another turnover. Christian, the 2nd time tonight, he has had trouble fielding a punt by the Quakers.
Give Schramm 47 yards on that and give it all to him in the air with no return.
So Girard will take over the ball on their own 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. We have Pagano underneath the center. Split right, slot left, and we have it off. No, we don't have a penalty. Well,
or do we?
We're looking for a penalty play. One of the Quakers jumped offside. I didn't see what was going on. It was underneath the center. We got motion to the left. The ball is going to be handed off to number 33, Blaine Brame. Brame is going around the right end, and he's going to be hit for about a 2-yard gain by the Salem Quakers. And the first hit was by number 74, Brian Gruey.
We've been calling his name a lot tonight. He's been playing well, picking up his reads nicely, and he's always been where the ball is. John Martuccio, having him into the game pad, he presents a whole new set of problems for Salem. Pagano kind of a drop back and throw quarterback, not much of a runner. But I understand that Martuccio doesn't have any qualms about taking off with it if he sees a crack in the defense.
3rd and 3 for Girard on their own 34-yard line. Ball handed off to the first man through, and that is number 33 again, Walter Blaine, and Blaine will stop short of the first down. He will cross the 45 to about the 46-yard line, just short of the 46, so it'll be 4th down and 1 for Girard, and it looks like they're bringing their punting team in. Number 61 for Girard. Let's see who's going to do the punting. Deep for the Quakers will be Nick Snyder, and number 81, Scott McKinney.
Mike Kerrigan did the punting in the first half for them.
Kerrigan's back to punt this time again. So let's see what Kerrigan does. He has a nice leg, too. There's the snap. It's a good snap. Kerrigan gets the ball, and he's going to let the ball go. And a beautiful punt. It's going to drive the Quakers clear back. The ball is going down to the 5, picked up at the 5, the 10, and the ball is going to be dropped back to the 9-yard line. The ball is going to bounce into the end zone, and number 10, Nicky Snyder, picked the ball up and tried to bring it out, and he was stopped at the 9-yard line.
The Quakers have done a lot of that this season. Balls that would go into the end zone, they've picked them up, and like you said before, I mean, those are things that experienced players don't do, but those are also the kind of things that young players do because they're so intent on making things happen now.
Well, Nicky Snyder is another one of the so-called, what we want to call the super softs. There's a lot of sophomores playing out there. Nicky Snyder's one of them. Brian Grudy's another one. So the Quakers will take over the ball on their own 8-yard line. We have Schramm to the left, Bensley to the right. The ball is handed off to the first man through, and that is number 32, Chris White. Chris White takes the ball down to the 14, almost the 15-yard line. A nice run by Chris White. That's about a 7-yard run for White.
You can give Kerrigan 63 yards on that punt, and I'll tell you what, he crushed it. Schramm had a nice punt, but that one was a little bit longer. In fact, about 15 yards longer.
They're going to give White 6 yards on the carry, so it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Quakers on the 15-yard line. We have Bensley to the left, Schramm to the right, double back, split back. First man through, that's Chris White. Chris White is over the 15, about the 16-yard line, close to the 17. We'll have to wait till the officials spot the ball. Where we want it spotted and where they spotted are two different things tonight.
I'd like to have it spotted in the end zone right down here to our right, Pat.
So Chris will pick up 2 yards on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Quakers from their own 17-yard line. Something I don't understand is, you know, in high school, it's forward progress, not where you get pushed back to. So we have Schramm to the right, Bensley to the left. Post set, ball's pitched to Austin. Austin's going off over the 20, and he will get a first down. Austin went off a right tackle, and he gets down to the 24-yard line.
And you can credit that first down in part to Brian Martin. He put a nice block on the corner that time. The corner is Malik Wilson, and Wilson was right there. He came around, and he looked like he was going to make the play, and Martin just turned on him and went, bang. Sorry, you're not going to get on this one.
Well, the key runners for Girard on offense are also some of the key secondaries for them on defense, along with Jesse Harden. He's playing a linebacker. We have Schramm to the right, Bensley to the left. I set. Austin's the tailback, White's the fullback. It's going to go to Austin. Austin goes over, and he is going to be dropped for about a 1-yard loss. He ran right into Pat Meyer, and Pat Meyer didn't let him get by, didn't let the block hurt him one bit.
I tell you what, he's so big, I think he could probably just stand there, and if people run into him, they're not going anywhere.
But 2nd down and 10 for the Quakers. Is about a half-yard loss on that. We have coming into the ball game, McKinney is coming in for Bigham. We probably will look at for a pass on this. So 2nd down and 10. The ball is on the Salem Quaker. We have Schramm coming to the right, Bensley to the left. It's an I set with Austin at tail and White at fullback. Moves underneath center, gets the ball, takes the handoff. He's rolling to his left. He throws the ball, a little flip pass to Chris White. Chris White is over the 30-yard line, and he gets to the 32, and he's driven back very hardly, and that's by, let's see, number 29. And that's Jeff Steiner. That's the first time we called his number tonight.
Well, actually, the second. He made a tackle earlier in the ball game, but yeah, he's a part-time player for these Indians on defense, Pat. He does a lot of switching. Actually, Girard does a whole lot of switching. They have a lot of players. They do get a lot of mileage out of their roster, and I suppose that's part of the reason why they've done a lot better than people thought they would, because they don't tucker out their players by running them into the ground. Just a few players play every down. And, well, one of those is the man we've been talking about, Meyer. Then also we have the running backs, Harden and Wilson. They both play both ways.
It was a nice little flip pass to the fullback. All Chris White did was fake the handoff up the middle. Lance rolled to his left, and Chris just floated out a little bit to his left and picked up 6 or 7 yards on it. So it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Quakers. We have Bensley to the left. Martin to the right, Schramm to the right. The ball's handed off to the second man through, and that is Austin. Austin will take the ball out close to the first down.
I think he's going to be maybe a yard short, Matt. Let's see where they spot this. And that's really what it all depends on, is the spot.
Well, the official spot the ball. It's about a yard short. It'll be 4th down and 1 for the Quakers. The punting team is in. Schramm's in to punt. Back deep for Girard will be number 32, Christian, and number 29, Jeff Steiner. Schramm gets another nice punt. Christian's going to fair catch the ball at the 35-yard line. That punt was punted from the 32-yard line.
See, I think they're going to credit him for a 31-yard punt, Pat, which isn't as long as you might like, but still it was nice, and the important thing is there was no return on it. He's been doing a good job about that. Earlier in the season, he was kicking them low, but he was kicking them far. And then for the past few games, he's been putting some height on him so his coverage team can get down there. And I think if you ask most coaches, they would prefer to have a high punt so that there's no return than having a long punt where there's going to be a return and a chance for a run back.
1st and 10 for Girard on their own 36-yard line. Martucci is a quarterback. The ball is going to be faked. Martucci is rolling to his right. He's going to pop the ball out to number 39 again. Excuse me, that's number 36. That's Michael Shannon. And Shannon will take the ball over the 40-yard line out to the 42. Excuse me, I'm wrong again. That's number 25, Jesse Harden.
3rd time's a charm.
It's hard to see these. I try to explain it, but Girard is in all in white with red numerals, and once they get a little dirt on those jerseys, it's very hard to pick up the numbers, and they're alternating a lot of different people in and out of their offensive set.
They're one of the few teams that I've seen in the Mahoning Valley Conference that actually has a good deal of situation substitutions.
So it'll be 2nd down and 4 for Girard on their 42-yard line. Martucci is under center. Gets the ball handed off to the first man through, and that's Harden, and Harden takes the ball over the 45 out to the 48-yard line. And this Harden is quite a runner up the middle or around the end.
Yeah, like we mentioned, he is both quick and fast. And not only that, he appears to be kind of strong, too. If a running back, usually the kind of bouncing running backs, they can't get the inside yards. Once they get hit, they're going to go down. But he took a couple of good shots that time and stayed on his feet.
Well, something he's not doing, he's not holding the ball out anymore either. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Girard in their 47-yard line. Martucci is going back to pass. He's looking long down the middle. Lance Miller is going to get the ball, and he's going to be dropped at the 36-yard line. Lance Miller did a good job of intercepting the ball. He picked it up on the 31-yard and brought it back to 36.
Boy, and that was a mistake by Martuccio, too, because he threw that one kind of like his predecessor in the first half, Pagano did. He looked and looked and looked, and then instead of throwing it crisply, he patted the ball 2 times before he threw it. 1, 2, and then threw it, and that gives the defender plenty of time to say, hey, it looks like it's coming this way. I better get in position for it, and Lance did.
So the Quakers will take over on their own 37-yard line. We have 1:05 left in the 3rd quarter. We have Bensley to the right, Schramm to the left, split set backfield. Ball's going to be handed off to the first man through, Jason Austin. Austin hit it. It's hit at the 40 and pushes his way forward to the 41-yard line. About a 4-yard gain for Jason Austin, all on his own accord. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Jerome Christian on the tackle. He was the man to hit him first. He hit him high and brought him down. And I keep getting a little message from our statistician here. It should be nice to see Salem scored in the 3rd. And it definitely would.
Well, there's 35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, and the Quakers have never scored in the 3rd quarter all year long. So it could be a drop for them in the 3rd quarter. Bensley to the right, Tran to the left. Fake a handoff. Miller's going to give him to go out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
And that was a quarterback keeper all the way. It looked like he might have missed the handoff, but no, I don't think so. I think that was a design play for Lance to keep it, to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Miller faked the ball to Austin off of the right tackle, and he was skirted the right end, and now we have 1:05 We have a second, and that is the end of the
Yeah, I was
third
going to
quarter.
say, I thought he got out of bounds to stop the clock, but the referee marked that ball just inside the sideline there, so that's going to end it, and the Salem Quakers are going to finish the third period with no points on the season.
So at the end of the third quarter, the score is Salem Quakers 0, Girard 0. We'll be just have the ball on their own 45-yard line. It's 3rd down and 2. The ball is handed off to the second man through, and that's Jason Austin. Austin is hit at the 45, and he goes over the 45 to the 46-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and about 2 feet for the Quakers for a first down. This has been an exciting ball game. There's no scores, Chris, but this is exciting. This is one of the best ball games we've seen the Quakers play all year.
And they picked the right time to do it. The last game of the year in front of the home fans, you got a packed stand over here. I tell you what, it's even an overflow crowd, Pat, because when I look down in the press box here, they're standing crowded right in front of the gate. It's standing room only, folks.
Well, we have the ambulance down here to the north end of the stadium with the flashing lights on. I don't know if something's happened to somebody or not, but there's a lot of crowd around it. So the Quakers are short of the first down. They have about a foot to go.
They got to go here, though, Pat.
Well, they sent their punting team in. We got Schramm in the punt. So Girard's not going back. Now they're going back. We have number 29 back. That is Jeff Steiner. He's going to be a single back set.
Girard's coming for the punt, though. Look at all the work they have up there.
Punt. Nice snap. Schramm's going to get the ball off. No, it's not blocked. Schramm gets a nice high punt. It's another fair catch. And it is going to be taken down at the 25. And there should have been a clip on the play. Number 61 just decked one of the Salem Quakers after the whistle blew from behind. And he just decked number 76.
I really thought that was going to be a block, Pat. I tell you, they had all their men at the line of scrimmage except for the man that was doing the return. And they
decked after that whistle from behind, and the official just missed it.
What else is new?
So Martusio brings his team out of the huddle with a split left, slot right. Martusio's going back to pass. A little flip pass out to number 32. Number 32 for, that's Jerome Christian. Christian gets the ball, and he goes out to about the 34-yard line. Nice little play by Martusio.
Yeah, and I really think that watching Martusio set up, I don't really think he's much of a downfield passer. At least he doesn't seem that way yet. His one attempt at a really nice long downfield pass was picked off by Lance Miller. I think screens and hands off are more his forte.
So it'll be 2nd 2 for Girard on their own 34-yard line. Martusio's set for a split left, motion right. We have offside from the Salem Quakers.
Yeah, and I really think that Salem was drawn off in a way that time by Walter Brame. Brame went in motion. He took a step towards the line and then went into motion, and Salem jumped offside. So Salem going to get whistled for another penalty. If I recollect, that's only their 2nd penalty of the night.
Well, that is a little deceptive because the motion man is supposed to go either parallel or...
The refs are going to be biased. They might as well be biased in favor of Salem. I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Martusio brings his team out. It's 1st and 10. We got motion to the right. Martusio fakes the handoff, beats a little shuttle pass, and it went to number 23, and that was Malik Wilson. And Wilson, believe it or not, somebody was in it, almost picked off the ball in midair. Wilson just got the ball from behind him and gained about a yard on that play.
Chris White made the tackle, and I don't think that fooled anybody on Salem's team. They were right there.
And Martusio was almost dropped in the backfield. He faked the handoff to the motion man, and it was almost in Chris White's hands, but he was left heads up to get the tackle. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Girard on their own 41-yard line. We have a split left, slot right. Martusio's got the pass. He's going to look for the short man, and it is going to go, and the ball is incomplete. The ball is to Malik Wilson. Wilson's ball is in and out. He dropped the ball, and we have a flag.
Yeah, and they're going to whistle that. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Norm Henniger. Henniger was just getting a little bit too loud with the referee. They were trying to say that the ground caused that fumble. They thought that maybe Wilson had picked up the ball, and then the fumble was caused by the ground.
Again, that's going against the Salem Quaker bench.
Oh, holy cow.
One of the coaches, when he thought the ground caused the fumble, stepped onto the field, and we're going to have a 15-yard penalty against the Quaker bench.
Oh, boy. Last week, the bench got him a couple of penalties. And last week, folks, the Salem Quakers were penalized for just about 85 acres in penalties. Tonight, they've managed to stay away from it, but it would be a darn shame if the bench cost them this game.
So the unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Salem Quakers. That will put the ball into Quaker territory. The ball will be on the 44-yard line. Girard will take over on 1st and 10 on the Salem Quaker 44-yard line. We have split right, slot left. Pro set. Bertucci is back to pass. He's got his big tight end across the middle. That's number 83, and that's Nolan Henninger. And Henninger gets the ball, and he will go down to the Salem Quaker 32-yard line. A 12-yard reception for Henninger.
He put a little bit of mustard on that one, too, but Chris Cochran still almost managed to step in front of the receiver and pick that one off.
Henninger is the big tight end, 6'3", 190 pounds, and he is a big target for Martuccio.
Yeah, we mentioned him, too, before. 4 TDs on the season. And he's a pretty nice target. Something we haven't heard a whole lot on the receiving end from Christian. He has almost 18 yards of reception on the year.
Double slot split. Single back set, motion to the right. Martucci gets the ball, hands it off the first man through, and that is Harden. And Harden goes across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And it will be a 2nd down and 7 for Girard on the Salem.
And defensively.
We have Wilson to the right. Martucci is going to pitch the ball, and it's going to go back to number 25, Harden. And Harden is going to be dropped at the 25-yard line, excuse me, at the 30-yard line for about a 2-yard loss. And that ball was almost fumbled. That ball was tossed by Martuccio behind Harden. And if he would have been hit directly as he would have caught the ball, it would have been a fumble.
Yeah, Salem caught a break there. Matt Alex and also George Bingham in on the play. And a nice job by Girard's running back to hold on to that ball. That was a terrible, terrible pitch.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 for Girard on the Salem Quaker 30-yard line. We have number 23, Wilson to the left. Christians to the right. We have an offside on the Salem Quaker.
Chris White.
Martuccio is doing a fine job. He is using his shoulders to draw the Quakers offside. Now I see what's going on, Chris. He is doing a little bit of bobbing with the shoulders and is causing the Quakers to come outside. Of course, any defensive lineman or defensive linebacker knows that you got to watch the ball. So now the Quakers, Girard will have a 3rd down and 3 on the Salem Quaker 25, and that was one of the sophomores getting drawn offside.
I said it was Chris White, but that was my mistake. Actually, it was Lance Pennick that jumped offside.
So we have Wilson to the left, Christensen to the right. Double step backfield. Martuccio gets the ball, hands it off to the first man through. That's Harden. Harden's going to break through for a touchdown. A 25-yard touchdown run off of the left guard, and he just broke through the secondary and ran all the way in.
And all you can say at this point is, what if? What if that penalty never occurred? And the Salem Quakers had that drive stopped, actually, and then one penalty gave him some life, and the second penalty there by Lance Pennick gave him some life, too, and Girard breaks through first. Now the Quakers are going to have to play some catch-up.
So a 25-yard touchdown run by Jesse Harden. They will be going for the extra point. It'll be number 36, Michael Shannon trying the extra point. The snap is down. The ball is up very high, and it is incomplete. So it's 6-0. Girard 6 to Salem Quakers 0. We have 7:56 left in this ball game. We'll be right back for the kickoff after this message. He just got flat. Back deep for the Quakers will be Nick Snyder and Lance Pennick. Kicking off for Girard will be Harden.
That scoring drive for Girard, Jesse Harden, a 25-yard TD run. The point after touchdown was no good. The drive was 75 yards, 7 plays. It ate up 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Ready for the kickoff. Harden's going to kick the ball off. It's a short, stubby kick. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a penalty flag. All Harden did was just pick his head up, Chris.
Boy, that was awful. I don't think that one even went 20 yards, did it? Maybe it went 21 and a half, maybe 20 and a half.
15 yards. Went out of bounds on the Salem Quaker 45-yard line.
That's the ugliest kickoff in the history of football.
So now the conversation is whether the Quakers want the ball at the 45 or do they want another kickoff. It looks like they're going to take the ball at the 45-yard line.
And I think that's a good choice.
That's something that they changed a couple of years ago in high school football because usually when the ball went out of bounds, they got the ball. It was a penalty, 5-yard penalty. They had to kick off again. Now, if it goes out of bounds past the 30-yard line, the ball comes out to the 30-yard line. So the Quakers, on a break on a kickoff, will take over the ball. The setter's on the 44-yard line, so they will take over the ball on their own 44-yard line. We have 7:56 left in this ball game. Miller has his teams out of the huddle. We have Bisley to the left. Strand to the right, and there's a penalty.
See what we're going to call here. There was quite a bit going on before that happened.
It's going against the Quakers.
Yeah, Sean Binsley jumped early. I wasn't quite sure whether they were going to call offsides on Girard or movement on Salem because Sean jumped from his direction, but also it looked like someone was lined up offsides for Girard.
Looked like Pat Myers had his head over the ball, but from the angle we were at, it's a little difficult. So now it'll be 1st and 15 for the Quakers on our own 39-yard line.
Before the Quakers ran that play, that's the best field position they've started from all night.
We have Binsley to the left, Martins to the right. We have slot left, single back set. Ball's going to be pitched out to Chris White. Chris White will be hit at the 40-yard line and fumble the ball, and the ball will go out of bounds on the 42. A lucky break for the Quakers.
And look who was in amongst the people going for that ball. It was our man, the big man, Meyer. Also in on the play for Girard was number 32, Jerome Christian. And he's had an amazingly silent night on the receiving end of things.
Making the initial hit and causing the fumble for Girard is number 42, Ron Boken. And Boken, that's the first time we've called his number tonight. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Quakers. Miller gets his team set. Binsley to the left, Schramm to the right, double step back. Miller's back to pass. Looks like a little screen. And the ball's going to be picked off by number 33, and that's Walter Bram. And Bram gets the interception. The ball is intended for number 80, and that was George Bigham. So Girard will take over the ball on the Salem Quaker 43-yard line.
And part of the problem with that play stemmed from the fact that Lance had a lot of pressure. This time it was not Barone, though, folks. It was Meyer coming right up the gut. And when a quarterback gets pressure from right up the middle, boy, does that just throw a whole lot of monkey wrench into the works because there's really nowhere he can go. He had to unload it before he got buried, and he just didn't quite get enough on it.
Mercutio has his team said he's under center. Mercutio has a lot of movement underneath that ball. The ball's pitched to the right to Harden. Harden is going to be dropped for a loss on the 47-yard line. The first man to hit him was number 80, Bigham, and the second man would be number 15, Chris Cochran.
And this is the best field position that Girard started from on the night, too, Pat. So both teams now getting some pretty good field position. The Salem Quakers, though, have to answer back on offense. They have to try to get that 6 points back they gave up.
We have number 60 going off the field for Girard, and that is a... Kenninger, yes, Mike Kenninger, and that's a guard. So Mercutio will have the ball back at the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Mercutio is set, gets the snap. He's going to go back to pass. He's looking across the middle. It's right across the middle, and it bounces off number 32, Chris White. And right and back on White was number 32, Christian. And we were looking for him all night, and Chris White just got in the way. So it'll be 3rd down and 13. And if Chris wouldn't have slipped, he did. He went back to his pass coverage and slipped down, and the ball ricocheted off his shoulder pads, or else that could have been a nice interception for Chris.
You know, Pat, that's the first time tonight they've even thrown Christian's direction. As I look down our statistics sheet here, that's the first time that they've tried to throw it that way. So that's kind of a surprise.
Well, better look for Harden this time. So it's 3rd down and 13 for Girard. Mercutio gets the ball. He's going to hand the ball off to number 33, and that's Bram. And Bram is going around the left end, and he's going to be stopped short of 1st down. He gets about 5 yards. So it'll be 4th down and 8 for Girard on the Quaker 42-yard line.
I think they have to punt here, Pat. But what are they going to do? Because their punter just went off the field with an injury. Kerrigan.
He's coming back on the field. He's limping back on the field. Evidently, he's going to punt. And he's limping on his left leg, and he's a left-footed kicker. So back deep for the Quakers are number 10, Nick Schneider, and number 81, Scott McKinney. Kerrigan gets the snap. It's a good snap. Ball's up. It's a nice high punt. It's fair caught by Schneider, and Schneider fair caught the ball on about the 11-yard line. Kerrigan gets the ball very high. He's a left-footed kicker, gets the ball high, and the defenders were able to get down there, and Snyder had to call a fair catch. All the punts tonight by both Kerrigan and Schramm have been very high punts, and they have not been able to get any returns on them.
There hasn't been one punt return tonight, save one that Salem had early in the ball game. That was a 30-yard punt by Kerrigan, and he lips back off the field.
So the Quakers will take over the ball on their own 11-yard line again, deep in their own territory. First and 10 for the Quakers, 5 minutes and 47 seconds left in the ball game. We have Martins to the right. The ball is handed off to the first man through, that's Chris White, and White will get about to the 12-yard line, maybe the 13.
They got to go more with the passing game now, I think, Pat. 5.5 minutes left to go. You're deep in your own territory. Some high percentage passes, I think, is what you need to get you out of trouble.
Tinsley to the right, single back set. Oh, it's no, it's double back, it's an eye set. The fake run off. The third is Schramm. Schramm got it. The ball is falls short. Number 38 for Gerard.
Rick Hall.
In and out of Rick Hall's hands. He should have had that interception, Chris.
Yeah, and see, that's another one of those plays, Pat. They've been running that a lot, and by golly, it's just not a high percentage pass. You got to have ball control passing at this point in the ball game. If you're going to go for the long one, if you're going to go for the home run ball, then I think you're probably spitting into the wind.
Well, Lance is going to have to get some zip behind the ball. He's got Martins to the left, Tinsley to the right. Pro set, split. He's going back to pass. He's getting a nice little rush. He's going to let the ball go across the middle of Martins. The ball is going to be intercepted. And that's by number 10, and that's Pagano. Pagano's got the ball at the 40. He's over the 35. We've got a penalty flag. We've got 2 penalty flags. Pagano takes the ball over the 35-yard line down to the 34, and it looks like Flag Day out there. We have 3 flags on the play.
Flag Day. Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Let's find out which referees didn't throw their flags here, Pat.
Well, Lance, he's standing back at the 20-yard line with his head down, and he knew after he released the ball that it was going to be a little too long and chance of getting intercepted. He's very disgusted with himself.
Yeah.
He's played a heck of a game tonight.
Well, I hate to criticize the play calling, but in my opinion, that was some terrible play calling right there. I mean, you got to go with the high percentage passes if you're going to throw it, and those kind of balls don't have any place when you're at that spot on the field.
Well, the penalty will go against Gerard. It looks like it's a clipping penalty. So we'll take the ball back from the 37-yard line into Gerard territory, and it will go to the 47 of Gerard. So Martusio will have his team ready at the 47. We have 4 minutes and 49 seconds left in this ball game. In the ball game on defense is the other quarterback, Mark Pagano, and he intercepted a pass, and he had a nice little run back. It's just a shame it was called back on a penalty.
They have Pagano listed as a defensive back, but he was playing safety that time.
Martucci has his team set. Ball's handed off the second man through. That's Harden. Harden hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. And the first man to hit him will be number 44, Jason Austin. Number 73 coming off of Paul Scott Wickersham. He's also a senior. That's the first time we called his number tonight. So they'll give Harden a 1-yard gain on that, Chris. So it'll be 2nd and 9 from Gerard's own 48.
And Kerrigan back into the ball game. He looked a little bit healthier at that time running out of the field than he did the first time. He was going to replace Kurt Kramer.
Martucci has his team coming out of the huddle with a split right, slot left. Motion to the right. Handed off to the motion man. And that is number 23, Harden. Harden brings the ball to the 50, gets about 1 yard, and he is dropped on the play. I didn't get the number. Who was it?
It was Jason Austin and Reuben Jones teaming up on the tackle.
But the critical thing for the Quakers now is the clock. It's 3rd down and 7 for Gerard. We have 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in this ball game. The Quakers are behind by a score of 6-0. Also, again, 10 games in a row did not score in the third quarter.
In 3rd down conversions, Gerard 2 of 8 on the night, so they've been less than sparkling.
We have split right, slot left, double set. Martusio has his team out. He's looking to pass. It's going to be thrown, and it's going to be thrown. That's to number 23, Wilson.
Yeah, and I think they're going to spot that just enough for a first down. So the Salem Quakers gave up something they couldn't afford to right there, and with just inside 3 minutes left, now they have to start trying to get the ball away from them, like causing a fumble or getting an interception.
The officials have called a timeout for a measurement. Pat Meyer is the offensive captain. He is out watching the spot. For the Quakers, they could only hope it's a little bit short. It isn't. It's a first down by about half of the ball length. So Gerard will have a first down on the Salem Quaker 43-yard line.
That was a nice pattern run that time by Wilson. I mean, he ran just what he had to have, no more and no less.
So the Quakers, with less than 3 minutes left on the clock, have to have a turnover here. We have Wilson to the right, Christian to the left. Double step back. Martuccio's under center. We should have a penalty. It was offside. The ball is thrown, and he was rushed. And Martuccio was knocked down.
Scott Wickersham there on the tackle. He did a good job. He wrapped up around the waist and brought him down.
The right tackle for Gerard fired out on that play before the ball was snapped, and it hit one of our linebackers. And right there should have been a penalty for an offside. It also should have been a penalty for being too far downfield.
Gerard has 5 first downs to this point in this half. Salem has only managed to convert one play for a first down.
It's 2nd and 10. Martuccio set. Hands the ball to the first man through, and that's Hart. Number 2. Looking at the number, that's the one, number 25, Jesse Harden. And Harden takes the ball across the 40 down to the 35, so it'll be 3rd down and 2 for a first down. And right now, the Salem Quakers are going to take a timeout with 2:22 left in the 4th quarter. So with their timeout, we'll take this timeout.
James M. McKay, attorney and founder of the Home Savings and Loan Company 100 years ago, led the infant enterprise for more than the first half-century of its history. It was James McKay who conceived and established the operating principles and the character of home savings, much as they exist today. He had a deep sense of obligation to the community and directed much of his personal time and that of his staff to public service.
All the action of the Salem Quakers on AM 600 WSOM.
Back at Riley Stadium with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in this ballgame between the Girard Indians and the Salem Quakers. The score, Girard 6, the Salem Quakers 0.
Probably be a less than 500 team.
Well, Girard is lined up in a double tight pro step backfield with a tailback. The ball's handed off to the tailback, and that's Harden, and Harden is dropped at the 34-yard line. We have a timeout. It'll be 4th down. Try to get the spot to be 4th down at about 2 for Girard. The 4th and 2 for Girard. The Salem Quakers take their 2nd timeout of the half.
Quarterback kept it and rolled out to the left, and they refs blew it dead.
Matisse has his team set. He's going to fake. Hand off, throw back the pass. It's going to be a long throw. A touchdown and drop the ball. We have penalty flags on the play. And it will be a personal foul, but we have to find out against who.
Which way it's going to go. Looks like it might be on Salem. At least that's the preliminary indication.
Chris Cochran's clapping, and maybe it's going to go against Girard.
Maybe they're offsetting.
It might be after the play.
Let's see.
It's going against the Girard. Now we'll have to see if it was after the play was over. If it is, then Salem will take over the ball on the 35, and they will have 15 yards tacked on top of that, and that will put them right up to the 50-yard line.
Okay, this is it for the ball game, Coach. The Salem Quakers have the ball. This might be the last crack at it. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left. And well, they engineered a last a couple of weeks ago.
The Quakers will get the ball on the turnover on the missed incomplete pass by Martuccio to Henninger. And we have a personal foul penalty. We have Bisley to the left. Martins. We have an official timeout. We have Bisley set to the left. Martins is set to the right. The officials are trying to get the stick set. They didn't know it was a change of possession.
Obviously not.
Evidently, they didn't realize it was after the play was ended that the personal foul happened.
Yeah, I was going to say, apparently they didn't know where they're at because both of those chains were down around the 25 and 35-yard lines instead of up near midfield.
We have a single back set. Miller's went back to pass. We had a defender for Girard come across and cut Binsley down. No penalty flag on the play. Evidently, they just felt that it was a exchange of getting their legs tied up there.
Michael Shannon on that defensive play. Malik Wilson also. And I really think if you're going to give a player the game away, that you almost have to give it to Malik Wilson. He's done just about everything that a Girard fan could ask. I mean, he's done everything probably except serve water, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's been doing that while his team's off.
Yeah, Tinsley to the left, Strand to the right, single step back. Miller's going back to pass. He's looking across here. Did not pass. The backside official called it. It should be interference. If we want to get interference on that play, Chris.
Rick Hall brought down Matt Stram a little bit too early. He got beaten by Stram. Stram was heading out toward the sidelines on about a 5-yard down and out, and he was brought down early by Hall, and Hall got flagged for it, but I don't think the near side ref would have called that if Stram had held on for it.
So we have a penalty for pass interference against Girard. We'll have to see where the ball's going to be set. We have 1:59 left in this ball game. The Quakers need to generate some offense on the play.
3 words, Pat. High percentage plays. That's what they have to have.
Well, the pass before that to Bensley, Lance Miller threw that ball on the 35-yard line. We have 1:59 left in the ball game. We got Martin to the left, Bensley to the right, single back set. We got Miller back to pass. He's looking down the sideline. The ball is complete and intercepted. They say it's intercepted on the far sideline. Girard gets the ball out of, that was number 10, Mickey Schneider's hands, and we can't get the number of the young man that intercepted the ball.
He's mobbed by his own players on the sidelines, and he's going to be gone. Let's see.
That was Fagano.
Yeah, Mark Fagano, and he did a nice. Why they're calling those kind of plays in situations like that. I know you need to get the ball out towards the sidelines to maybe stop the clock, but they still had a lot of time left, about 1:50, and I really think they could have afforded to maybe run a couple of plays up the middle of the field before they start doing things like.
Bertuccio brings his team out of the huddle. We have a double tight pro set motion to the left. Bertuccio hands the ball off to the first man through. That's Harden. Harden breaks off the right side, and he is going to go for a long run. He's over 40, 30, 20, 25, and Harden is going to go in for a touchdown.
Whoa, what a run.
Harden goes in with, we have a penalty flag on the play.
It's a fight between Salem and Girard, and the man that was in there, guess who, Pat?
61.
That's
Alan Stokes.
Not taking any crap.
That was an 83-yard touchdown run by Harden. There's a penalty flag on the play. We'll have to see who it's going to go against. The Salem Quakers think it's going against them.
And I think it probably will, too.
Well, I don't know. We have Harden over on the sideline going crazy. We have a penalty against the Quakers.
And that's the way they're going to leave it.
So that's a touchdown for Girard, an 83-yard touchdown run with 1:33 left to go in this ball game. The first 3 quarters, beautiful quarters play by the Quakers. A fourth schedule a little bit. They play teams like Carrollton. They play United. And then they play the bigger AAA teams such as West Branch. And they did not make it. Bertuccio handed the ball to number 33 for Girard. That's Walter Braham, and Braham was short about a yard on the. He gets the ball. That's Biggins. Biggins takes the ball to 25, 30, and he is going to be hit at the third. Left. Martin's to the right. Miller's going to be back to pass. Or excuse me, that's Bensley. Bensley, the ball is thrown out of bounds. Incomplete set. Wing left. Miller's going back to pass. He's going to get a heavy rush. And he is going to be sacked on the 20-yard line. There's a face mask penalty, and that's going to be the face mask penalty. So we have Bensley to the right, Martins to the left. We have Miller's going back to pass. He's going to throw the ball down to Martins. Martins gets the reception, and he is going to take the ball down to the 32-yard line. A beautiful reception by Martins. He had number 38, Rick Hall, all in his face, and he made it to back set. Miller's back to pass. He's going to go to Bensley. Bensley gets the... We have a penalty. Bensley was interfered. You can't let him go to it. We'll have to see which one. Offensively, the ball on Girard's 18-yard line. We have 35 seconds left to go in the ball game. First to Tim Miller's back to pass. He is looking down the middle, and he is going to throw the ball down in the end zone, and it is going to be a... The player who made that play was number 87. He pulled the interference across the middle, and Snyder, it's a nice snap, the ball is up, and Edgerton gets an extra point, so the score, the Salem Quakers 7, an onside kick for the Quakers. Gerard has their hands. They're all receivers up on the front. We don't have any offensive or defensive linemen up there, so we're going to see what Edgerton does with this kickoff. And there's the kickoff. It's got to go 10 yards, and it doesn't.